Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and build on being an effective communicator. Let's turn up the motivation, inspiration, and the power with your host and coach, and help me welcome Ryan Gomez.
You're on 97.7 FM KC Radio on an hour of power and leadership with me, Ryan Gomez. It's an absolute privilege and a plum pleasing pleasure to be speaking to you on 97.7 FM KC Radio. While we're streaming live on the web, that is all the w's.kcradio.com.au, and we are locally on the dial, which is 97.7 FM, the sound of the Southeast. It's great to have a listenership spreading right around the globe. We've got people tuning in Malaysia, in Thailand, and all parts of the world. Well, welcome to some of our listeners and to our national listeners as well. We've got some great, fantastic audience built right around Australia, which is great. And in saying that, let's get straight to our guest and my guest speaker as well. Our guest speaker for the 9th of March, who is Tom Griffith. Now, Tom is a co-founder of Emma and Tom's in 2004 with his childhood friend Emma Welsh. Tom has grown to become one of Australia's greatest startup business success stories and an internationally recognized brand, boasting a range of whole fruit, naturally good for you products, now available in over 5,000 plus retailers all around Australia. Welcome, Tom, to an hour of power and leadership.
Hi, Ryan. Thanks for having us on.
Look, it's an absolute privilege and a pleasure to have you on. And I know you're a really busy man, and you've got a lot of things happening on your plate and traveling all around Australia, and not only that, globally, as a matter of fact. And look, thank you for taking the time to speak on the segment.
No, it's nice to be involved. Thank you again.
Tom, so we spoke to you last time, and listeners got a little idea of who Tom Griffith was all about. And look, you're a great success story because you're all around. You see the Emma and Tom van that is going right around. Give us an idea of who Tom is, who Tom Griffith is.
Okay, I came into Emma and Tom's completely flat-footed. I hadn't been in FMCG before. I hadn't worked in the food industry or the fruit juice industry. I'd been actually working in the UK. I'd CFO'd a startup. I'd been a corporate advisor at a French advisory firm in the UK, advising on Anglo-French deals. I'd advised the United Nations Security Council on reparations against Iraq for the first, or for damages they caused in the first Gulf War.
Wow, okay.
I was a banker in Melbourne before that. So I sort of left my startup back and went and lost a personal wealth of £1.5 billion. That was a good effort. So the funding for the startup dropped, and we sold what we had to Bernie Eccleston, and I went to North America to have a ski and think about life, and came across these super premium fruit juices. And thought, well, they taste fantastic, they're good for you, they appeal to really everyone, so they'll go well in Australia.
Absolutely. Look, I've tried the juices myself, and love the iced tea you have, and I'm a regular fan. I quite regularly buy that. And look, it's some great product. But in saying that, we'll touch on that a little bit later. So why the change from what you're doing, and you've done some great work, internationally, to saying fruit juices. So what came about that change in saying I want to create healthy products for individuals?
Look, both Emma and I never, since we were 12 years old, we've been friends and lived sort of parallel lives. We both wanted to have a swing at something. I spent a lot of time advising companies, and thought it was high time we had to go at something ourselves. We love this sector. We wanted to have a go at it, and it's now sort of like our baby, really. We're now a replica version of a large multinational drinks company, just without the sugar. So really what we've been doing for the last 14 years is completely on tune to what consumers are wanting now, as they desert all these sort of highly processed, sugar-filled drinks, to the point that we're just on the cusp of bringing out a range we're calling the colour cleanse. They're going to be weighted towards vegetables, which are obviously lower in fructose, but with all the nutrients people are wanting.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. Now, stepping back again a little bit is, it's. Was it something you decided? So you started up in 2004, right? Was that the startup time?
Yeah, we started in 2003, Emma and I working together, because we had to pull together a product that took a year, which we thought was a long time at the time. And we launched 4 juices in 2004. So then thinking we'd just be a juice business, but now obviously we have a whole range of healthy snacks and other drinks as well, being, no added sugar, flavoured milk and sparkling juices, tea, as you mentioned.
Yes. And Emma, how did you get in touch with Emma? What was the connection there?
Oh, look, I actually met Emma having a swimming lesson when I was 12 years old, and we stayed in touch. She was living a parallel life. She was studying an MBA in Fontainebleau in France, and I was living and working in Paris. She took her first job after that in London when I was back in London myself. She's a London-based startup. At the same time as I did a London-based startup. So we'd always been sort of in the same frame. And her background originally was working with Cargill in Australia, and Uncle Ben's been the Mars pet food company.
Yeah, okay.
So Emma had worked in sort of, FMCG, if you want to call pet food that.
Yes.
It is for dogs and cats anyhow. So I just thought she'd be a great business partner, and she has been. She's been wonderful. I mean, it's been a 14-year partnership, which is, as you can imagine, is sort of,
Yeah, that is, yes.
Like
absolutely.
a marriage. It requires the same level of, I suppose, trust and openness, etc., and communication as a marriage.
Very, very hard to come across this sort of partnership in businesses, as a matter of fact. And, people move on from time to time, and this is a great partnership you have. And that reflects the success you have as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, we both believe that it requires 3 ingredients, and they being trust, respect, and a shared vision. And we have that. She's gone off and she's obviously got a partner, a husband, and she has a son. I've got 2 young daughters. So we juggle that with our business life and our private life. And, this sort of, I think, ridiculous phrase of work-life balance, which is implying work bad, life good, is quite wrong. I mean, I'm about to go from here to an event we're sponsoring in about half an hour's time, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'm doing a similar event tomorrow morning. So my weekends, if you like, work, but that doesn't matter. Good.
Look, it's great to have people like yourself and helping other people in starting up their businesses, and who else who better to get advice from yourself, and some of the things that you can take from it. As a matter of fact, we have you on board for the Next Generation Entrepreneur Summit up here in the city of Casey, so it's a real build up for that, and looking forward to having you here. And some of the things that people are going to be, some of the speakers that are going to be sharing, some of the things they're going to be sharing is million dollar secrets, let's put it that way, to get your business started up and give it a new shape. And saying that also, so Tom, in moving forward, where do you see yourself? So what are some of the key goals you've set for yourself?
We've put a lot of time and money into investing in the route trade, being our vans selling direct to stores around Australia.
Yes.
And that's been a great success in terms of brand presence, brand building, and developing new products for that particular sort of consumer base. We're now branching out more. We're doing a lot more in China, and that's going exceptionally well.
Okay.
We're doing some pretty strong sales in the Middle East, in Jordan and Dubai. So there's a real focus on that because obviously Shanghai, is bigger than Australia itself, and we've launched well there, and it's now creeping up to Beijing. So that's exciting, and we're looking at doing, I suppose, some larger pack sizes for the Australian grocery pipeline.
Wow. Okay. So there's a lot happening there. There's
a lot of opportunity. I mean, as we always joke, people need to eat and drink at least 3 times a day, and it's legal. So and they're wanting what we do. People are wanting what we make. They don't want overly processed, hollow calories. They want nutritious, great tasting food and drinks.
Absolutely. And the world we're living in today, that's what people are looking for, isn't it? It's a phenomenal success you're creating there, which is great. And look, you've had challenges in the past, right? And it's not all about success story. It's about challenges and getting through those challenges to be able to create the success what you have right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's pain and pinch points the whole way along. Absolutely. And to think that, say, Emma and I would go into a new category, a new sector, and not make mistakes would have been ludicrous. I mean, we've made thousands of mistakes. But, you know, these things happen and you've got to rectify them and get on with it.
Absolutely. Look, it's great having you speaking to us on 97.7 FM. So if you want, listeners, if you want to get on board and, we're streaming live on the web. That is www.kcradio.com.au. Locally on the dial, 97.7 FM, KC Radio. And my Facebook page is www.facebook.com/Ryan Gomez Coaching. Let's talk about a little bit about the Next Generation Entrepreneur Summit that you're going to be speaking at. And I know you have a lot of events that you go to and address a lot of people. Now, on the 9th of March, we're looking at Tom. So, Tom, what is the message you're going to be giving out to our audience on the 9th of March?
Look, I mean, people have been very generous in mentoring Emma and myself over the last 10 or 12 years.
Yes. And
what we've found, and what they've actually told us themselves, and I've now found to be true, is that really everyone's got the same problems.
Yes.
You know, Carolyn Creswell from Carmen's has been very generous with her time, and she does muesli and muesli bars. People who run burger chains. And really, whether it's a burger chain, a trampoline, or muesli or fruit juice, it's all the same problems and the same challenges. And, you know, to, I suppose, hear from people who have faced those challenges and got around them, hopefully it's an insight and a real help. I mean, if Emma and I had known what we knew now when we launched, we would have saved ourselves a lot of time and money. So, look, I always take advice. We seek out advice, Emma and I, daily because, hey, it's free. Why wouldn't you?
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you, Tom, for being on the program. It's been an absolute privilege and a pleasure having you in the program. And I know you've got an event coming up, so look, stay safe and have an absolute blast at the event.
Thank you, and enjoy your weekend. Thanks for having us on.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for being on the program.
Thank you.
There you have it, Tom Griffiths from Emma and Tom. What a fantastic man, fantastic bloke he is. It's not about just him and Emma having the success they have right now. And why I say he's a fantastic individual is because now he helps a lot of startups. He helps a lot of individuals build their businesses in the sense of mentoring them through the process and getting on the stages and helping people and giving them some of the key strategies to building some success through their businesses as such. And who better to have at our next seminar, which is the Next Generation Entrepreneur Seminar on the 9th of March. So you get on board, register yourself, and that is the absolute key because tickets are selling fast. And like I said, it's a one-off thing which is going to be happening in our backyard with the city in the city of Casey. As a matter of fact, if I can put it, it's a one-off thing, and don't find these events. Some of these international events that a lot of individuals go into the CBD or go interstate to witness and to take some of the strategies from successful people. Guess what? We're bringing it here to our very own city of Casey. So there you have it. Get on board and register yourself for the Next Generation Entrepreneur Seminar on the 9th of March. If you want the link to register yourself, you can always jump on my Facebook page, which is Ryan Gomez Coaching. Ryan Gomez Coaching. Get on Facebook, type in Ryan Gomez Coaching, one word, and you can then get on board and register yourself for this seminar. And what better to have? Look, let's put it this way. We're having an early bird special, which is 2 for 1. So you get one ticket, and you'll be getting another ticket free. And that won't be there for long. Let's put it this way. For the next few days or so. So jump on board and get yourself a seat and register yourself. We have people like Bikramjit Singh, who's an international entrepreneur who's going to be gracing us on the 9th of March, who's built businesses in 15 countries around the world, multi-millionaire many times, had a lot of failures, and now great successes in his under his belt. And he's going to be also speaking some of the strategies to build and help some successes. And who better to get it from some of our international to get it from our international entrepreneur as well. On what are some of the global trends that are happening out there, and what are some of the things you need to be prepared for and gearing up for creating that success. As a matter of fact, I'm endeavoring to get Bikramjit Singh speaking to us live in the next week or two. and talking about what are some of the messages he's going to be putting out on the 9th of March. And I can't emphasize, what a powerful seminar. This is something I've been endeavoring to bring to the city of KC for a very, very long time. And the council have jumped on board, which is great, and supporting the event. You can also register on the council website, where the events website. You can get on board there and register yourself. Or easy, just get on my Facebook page, which is Ryan Gomez Coaching. Well, let me read it out. It's www.facebook.com/Ryan Gomez Coaching, and register yourself for the event. I will see you there with some of the top entrepreneurs in Australia and globally on the 9th of March. Well, that's bringing it to the end of our segment, and it's been an absolute privilege and a plum-pleasing pleasure speaking to you on 97.7 FM KC Radio. Think about a lot of what I said about attitude and about support. When I spoke about support when I first started off and I kicked off a story. So, taking back a lot from the segment as such, please feel free to also give your feedback, and don't shy away from putting posts on Facebook. I'm absolutely open to that. I know a lot of you send messages, individual messages. Keep the messages coming. That's great, having some messages coming through Facebook. I get flooded and inundated with messages on Facebook, which is, look, I endeavor to get to it at some point in time. But look, feel free to have that conversation openly on Facebook, where everyone else can comment and engage and have an engagement on Facebook itself. Well, there you have it. You tune into 97.7 FM, KC Radio, and an hour of power and leadership with me, Ryan Gomez. Once again, it's come to the end of the segment, and until next Saturday, you can tune in, and we'll endeavor to get a couple more of our speakers on board to speak to us next Saturday, hopefully, and talk a little bit about the Next Generation Entrepreneur Summit that's happening here in the very own city of KC at Fountain Gate Hotel. It goes on from about 9:30 to about 5 p.m. Absolute blast. That's a Friday, so get yourself on board. If you're a business and if you're looking at a startup, building a career, as a matter of fact, so you want to jump on board and learn from some of these great, great entrepreneurs. That's it for me now. Until next Saturday, I'll see you right over the top. This is Ryan Gomez signing out for now. Bye for now.